Welcome to the GuthrieAmerica podcast. We sit down with amazing people who do life in our community and who are from here or who works here, because we're trying to get somebody that is in the room right now to be on the podcast. She doesn't live in GuthrieAmerica, but she works in GuthrieAmerica. We're going to let her be on here. She's signing up today. Anyway, I believe every story should be told. I'm your host, Heady Coleman, and today I am sitting down with not Kayla Boyd, but Kyla Boyd. Kyla just recently told me that her name was Kyla. I've been calling her Kayla. She was so nice to let me know that. But before we jump into this conversation with Kyla, would you please go ahead and subscribe to the podcast and leave a review? It would mean the world to me. Also, shout out to North Church Guthrie for letting us host this wonderful podcast in their building, in the facility. Thank you so much for believing in the work that we do at GuthrieAmerica. Kyla, how you doing today?
Good.
Do you always have people follow you around?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really good at making a one-person job a two-person job, so probably, yeah.
I never heard it put that way. That's pretty good. So tell us who we have in the room today, if you don't mind, before we jump into you.
We have Abby and Mandy and Frank Sanchez, and they're current co-workers of mine.
Nice. How long have you been working together?
About a year. I started in September. Abby started, I think, just a little bit before that, but I've been with this team for about a year. Well, beginning of the school year.
Mandy's been
here for a while, though, a couple of years.
Yeah, this is my second year.
Yeah. I was about to say, I feel like you've been since the beginning. How long have you been doing it?
4 years.
It was 4 years. Okay. So was the original grant 2 years?
3 years.
3 years, okay. Yeah.
Mandy came on 2 years ago.
And you started panicking.
I did.
I remember that. This isn't about you, Frank. Sorry.
Frank laid the groundwork for our program.
I know.
So don't let him be humble over there because he did.
He's the guy, huh?
Yeah.
He's the reason we're all sitting in the room together.
He's also the reason we are busy and we do a lot.
Way to go. Did you know that Frank and I used to work together?
Job Corps, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
You did your
I remember
research.
him telling me that.
Oh, did he tell you?
Yeah.
When we first
Abby
got
also
together?
worked at Job Corps.
Did you really?
I did.
When we were there?
Oh gosh, no.
Okay. Well, okay. Anyway, so Kyla, tell us how your friends and family would describe you. So if they were sitting in the chair right now and I was like, describe Kyla for me, what would they say?
Probably really kind and encouraging, or as Frank refers to me as the team's hype girl. I'm definitely a creature of habit and not spontaneous at all.
Okay.
I like a plan. But those are probably the main ways I feel like my friends and family would describe me.
Nice. Like, where did you learn to be kind? Like, is it just natural, or is it something you got to be intentional at?
I feel like I learned to be kind from my mom. My mom is really kind.
Mm-hmm.
Really, like, will kind of give the shirt off her back to help anybody, or always, like, really eager to jump up and help others. And so I feel like I learned that. And then just being the way that she treats people and seeing the way she treats people. My dad, too. Just the way that they treat people and the people around them, they're just kind. It comes pretty natural to them. So I feel like I learned most of that from them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What are the benefits of being a kind person? Because most people would say people who are kind get run over.
Yeah.
How do you navigate that?
I feel like that's kind of true.
Oh.
But I also feel like a benefit to being kind is like you make a lot of friends, I feel like. So you have, I don't know, I just feel like you always kind of have people to talk to, and people kind of lean on you because they know that you will be kind and handle situations a certain way. So I definitely feel like it's a benefit, but I also think, like what you said, sometimes people do kind of take advantage maybe of you a little bit. But
have you ever done the color personality or any personality? The colors is like
yes.
yellow, orange,
Do you
red,
remember?
blue,
I've done
purple.
it with Frank, but I think I'm a gold, maybe.
Oh, so you did what is
I'm a
it?
gold.
Gold and
Maybe.
Blue, yellow, and red.
Yeah.
what is gold? What do you
Abby,
remember?
what's gold?
Type A, perfectionist personality.
Oh, hence the notes you have over here that you thought we were going to get to refer to, and I haven't asked. Well, I did start off with the right question at the very beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. So kind person. What else did you say about yourself?
Encouraging.
Okay, encourage. Let's start there.
Yeah.
Like, what are some ways that you encourage others? Are you intentional with that? Like, for example, I feel like I'm an encourager.
Yeah.
One of the things I do is deliver red balloons to help people know that they're seen and to encourage them.
I feel one way that I encourage people, just like even in work and in my like personal life, is just giving them their kudos. So like if they do something good or something that I know that's been hard for them, just like really giving them their flowers, because people need that, you know, like life is hard and we need to give people that encouragement whenever they need it. Or if like they're nervous about something, just like hyping them up and letting them know they got it and just supporting them.
Got it. I like that. That's good. Now, I feel like I haven't known you very long, but I've been around you a little bit. I feel like you're smart. Like, would you say that, would people consider you to be smart? Yeah?
Yeah.
So is it true? I think like Saturday, you was like, I got to study for a test or.
Yeah, my papers that I didn't even work on Sunday, but it's
You
fine.
did not? Are you serious? So you could have came Sunday. No, I'm so grateful that you came on Saturday.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Saturday service.
Did you come to the 5:30 or the 4?
The 4:30 or the 4.
No, the 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 5:30 there was like 15 people, which, we kind of knew because it was 89ers Day.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't sure what it was going to look like.
Yeah.
So I'm so grateful that you came to either one of those and not Sunday, because the 11 o'clock Sunday was crazy. But anyway.
I bet.
This has nothing to do with what we're normally going to talk about. So, So what is it like to be like? What makes you smart? Like, do you have to work hard at it, or is it natural? Because there's a difference,
Right. I feel like I just kind of remember stuff. Like I'm kind of a sponge, so I just kind of, once I take it in, or like, you know, with my notes, why I did that was because for me to remember something, like I kind of think about it and then write it down, and then that's how I remember. So,
okay.
But yeah, so really just kind of like remembering and kind of soaking it in.
So you have like a system kind of thing to make
Yeah.
sure that you retain something.
Yeah.
When did you start learning that? Because did you go to Guthrie High School?
Yeah.
You went
I
to Guthrie High School?
graduated in 2012. I would say I probably learned that system in college, like really trying to learn the way that I learn best, I guess. And so reading it, then writing it down, and then that kind of helps me remember the stuff. So that's really where I learned it, was in my undergrad. And now I'm using that in my master's
Gotcha.
program. Yeah.
Where'd you go to college?
UCO.
UCO?
Yeah.
Okay, my mom. Did you go to no? You started at UCO, kinda Central State.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did like going to? Let's do this real quick.
Okay.
So did you go from pre-K to senior year here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've lived, well, I didn't do pre-K. That pre-K wasn't as popular back then. But yeah, kindergarten through 12th grade, I did Guthrie. I lived here my whole life.
Got you. So let's go down the school rabbit and kind of share with me each school, what you remember, and then if there's a teacher.
Yeah. So I would say kindergarten was at Cotterill. So I went to kindergarten and first grade at Cotterill, which
Really?
is on the west side. Yeah. And my two teachers that I remember there are Miss Herzl and Miss Lindsay. And then first grade, you're really making me think. First grade was that was first grade.
Yeah.
Second grade was at Central, and I only went to second grade there. Miss Gooch was my main teacher there. Third grade was at Fogarty. We just had third grade at Fogarty. Miss Logan was I don't remember who my teacher was.
That's okay. I don't remember my third grade teacher either.
The cool thing about third grade is the room that I was actually in, my grandparents met, because my grandparents lived in Guthrie and went there
What do you
their whole
mean
life.
they met?
That's like, so it was the junior high when they went there, and
Okay.
that's the classroom that they met in, and then later continued the relationship. So that was pretty cool.
That
about
is
Fogarty.
really cool.
Yeah.
What, did they come one day and said, you do know this is where...
Yeah, my grandma did. It was like one of those like muffins with moms or whatever, and she came and And ironically enough too, when I came back for my 10-year reunion, it was her 70th reunion because she graduated 70 years. Plus 2012.
So you went to your class reunion, the football game and all that stuff, same time your grandma was there?
Yeah, I brought her. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That is super cool.
Yeah. Okay, but then 4th, 5th, and 6th grade were at the upper elementary school.
Okay.
And I would say not too much pop like that I remember there. I do remember
Did y'all kind of start switching
that's when we started, yeah. And
that would be really hard.
Remember that, and I Miss Davison, I remember her. She was my 6th grade teacher, and Miss Jarnigan. They were the two that I switched between. down in which is the far north hall, which now is like where the sped classes are, and then where the daycare will be.
Yep.
Abby.
Abby.
And then the junior high was 7th and 8th. And the main thing I really remember there is like really getting into school sports. So I played basketball and softball when I was in junior high. Well, I pretty much played them YWCA, and then like I don't know what our softball little league was called back then, but like all that.
Oh, so you did those things, but this is when you first started playing school sports. Yeah.
And having to be up at the gym at like 6 a.m. for basketball.
Oh, my. For junior high?
Yes. Yeah. Our coach was serious. And there was only like 6 of us on the team. So I'm like, ma'am, there's only 6 of us and you got us all out here. Like,
and you stuck it out.
I did.
You finished the year.
Yeah. So
kudos to you.
I played basketball 7th and 8th grade, started and played my freshman year. I also was a cheerleader and softball my freshman year. But then my sophomore year, I stopped playing basketball and just did softball. Just did softball. I feel like maybe the most memories I have, or like things that pop out as far as high school, is just like being involved in student council and like being involved in all those things. Like that was one thing starting back at the schools. Like if there's a spirit day, I'm gonna be dressed up. You can ask them. Like I'm like, what are we wearing? What are we doing? You know, like thankfully none of us probably work at the same school because we would have like matching outfits. They would hate me for that. But that was probably my favorite thing, is like just being involved in all the school activities and stuff.
Was college like something that you knew that you were going to do?
Yeah. So my parents, I'm a first generation college student. So that was something I really wanted to, be like, I have this. I wanted to be a teacher when I first went to college. So obviously you have to have a degree for that. But I think I just wanted to have that education because my parents didn't have that experience, you know what I mean? So that I could have that and then just be able to share that, with my kids if I have kids and help them through that process, and just to continue to grow and learn. I think that's one thing about myself, is I like to learn new things. I think that's kind of maybe what helps me be smart, I guess, is just like wanting to learn new things. So
that definitely helps.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to learn,
yeah, you're not going to learn.
You're not going to learn, and you're probably not going to be considered smart, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure. I'm just talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't hold that against me. Now, tell me about the tattoo on your arm. Is that the only tattoo you have?
No, I have an anchor on my ankle as well. But this tattoo is for my Nana that passed away in 2017. So it says, I am because you were. So I am who I am because, if she wasn't here, then my dad went, the whole thing. But yeah, that's for her. It took me a long time to decide what I wanted to get. And I finally decided about a year later and then got it.
How old were you when you got the tattoo?
Well, it was 2017, so I don't know, 20.
Oh, you was out of high school.
Yeah, I was out of high school.
5 years out.
Yeah, because
23?
So I graduated, I think about 23, 24, because I graduated my undergrad in 2018. This was actually like my graduation present, like to myself, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was like a tattoo like a thing that you always wanted to?
Yes, I really wanted to get something in memory of her, just because like growing up, she babysat all of us grandkids, and just like we had a good relationship, and she was a really important person in my life. And I feel like she died before I was able to get my my degree and do some of those big things, get married. So it was a way to kind of like honor her and keep her with me as I move forward. And
oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Tell me, do you have siblings?
Siblings. I have an older half brother. So we didn't grow up together. He lived with his mom, but we share a dad. But yeah, he grew up with her, but we have a good relationship. He will come visit. I have a niece and a nephew, and he's married, so they'll come visit once a year, and then we go there another year. They live in Colorado right now, so.
Gotcha. Going back to sports, so you stopped playing basketball sophomore year, kept playing softball.
Yeah.
Softball. Did you keep cheering?
No, I stopped cheering as well. It was too much.
It was too much. Yeah,
too much.
When you said softball, cheerleader, basketball, I was like, how in the world?
Hard to schedule like all those things, because basketball and softball, obviously different seasons, but cheering, like during softball season you have football, and then during basketball season you have basketball, obviously, that you have to cheer for. So it was too much.
do you miss playing sports? Is there a sport that you wish I still wish I did a little bit of that?
Sometimes I wish I would have kept going and playing softball in college. Like right before college actually started, I had Oklahoma Wesleyan had reached out and asked me if I was like interested in a scholarship. But at that point I was like so tired of it because I had been playing pretty much since I could walk, but then also every summer playing like on a travel ball team. So I was kind of burnt out, but, and I don't really say I have regrets, but if I could go back, I may try to continue that at least a little bit longer than originally.
I thought maybe you were going to say basketball, and then I was going to ask you, can
No.
you beat Frank in basketball?
Probably not.
Frank is low key like an athlete. Did you know that?
I would not be surprised. I feel like we would go out there and I would just be like, I'm gonna go home. Let me just go
He's
home.
low key like everything. I feel like we play like I'm like, oh, Frank is decent. Tennis, whatever the case may be. Did I ever beat you in tennis?
But your wife still has the
My wife definitely beat you, and then my son came along and smoked you.
Oh my gosh.
All right, the first segment is called Top 5. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 5 places, and you got to pick 1 through 5. 1 being the place that you definitely would say this is the best one out of the 5. Okay.
Okay.
And once you place it wherever you say, that's it. You
Okay.
ready?
Ready.
Okay. The first one is Alaska.
5.
Okay.
I don't like to be cold.
Oh, it's beautiful though.
Yeah, but cold, beautiful.
Yeah.
Your eyes are frozen. You can't see anything.
All right. The next one is Japan.
4. I don't really like to travel, so like out like getting on a plane. If I can't drive there, I'm not going.
Oh, okay.
So those 2 I can't drive to. So
So 4.
4.
So this next one
okay.
is probably going to be 3. Dubai.
Okay, 3. Yeah.
You can drive to this next one, but I don't think you would want to. New York.
I don't know. I mean, I've always wanted to go to New York, and I probably would drive there. It would just be a trip. We would just make a whole
would
trip
be a
out of
trip,
it.
yeah.
You have to, right? But I'm gonna say 2,
Okay.
and I guess the next one it is what
Miami.
it is. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I like the beach and the warm weather, so it's good. It worked out.
That was perfect. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody. Yeah, that's good. So you don't like to travel by plane?
No, I've
neither.
I've been on a plane when I was a baby. I obviously don't remember it, but my friends have been trying to get me to go on a plane for years, and even my brother's like, I'll pay, because like Colorado, they fly when they come down here sometimes, and he's like, I'll just fly down there, pick you up. I'll pay for your ticket. We'll fly back because it's like an hour,
Yeah, it's
to
not
Denver.
that- yeah.
And I'm like, not yet. I'm not ready yet. Like I can just drive. It's fine.
I'm not a big. I don't like to fly either, and so, and I don't want to go overseas.
Yeah. Well, and like, I always joke, like they thought they couldn't get me on a plane before, and just now with how everything's been, I'm like, I'm okay. I'm gonna drive there. I
You're
trust
good.
myself.
You're good. You're good. Let's talk about the work you do now. So,
Okay.
but let's talk about the journey. So, you thought
Okay.
you were going to be a school teacher.
Yeah.
You go to college. And you end up majoring what?
So I started in early education, and then I switched it to childhood development. Didn't really know what I wanted to do with that, but I had a friend that was doing it, and it sounded cool, so I was like, yeah, we'll try this out. And then I ended up switching it to sociology, human services, which is what I ended up getting my degree in. I had met a friend that actually used to work at the bank with my mom, and she was doing child welfare with DHS and kind of explained to me what that was. And I was like, oh, like that's what I want to do. And so I changed my major. And then when I graduated, before I even graduated, I had an interview with DHS. And then right after I graduated and got my degree, I started with them in 2019.
2019. You've been with them ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us currently, like, what do you do?
So currently I'm a school-based specialist with Guthrie Public Schools. So what we do is we just help like assist families with resources or any services to kind of help prevent those barriers or reasons why DHS may get involved. We also help staff members with those same services as well. So maybe like bill assistance, food, TANF, SNAP, anything related like DHS service-wise, or like I said, food, clothes. Like we helped out a lot of families when we had those fires a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago. So some of those.
Do y'all still help
those
people
things.
who need stuff?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hit me up because we got plenty of stuff that people
Okay.
brought.
It's like the fire victims.
Yeah,
we've had a
or
couple.
anybody. We
Yeah.
have, yeah,
Okay.
like all sorts of supplies and things
Okay.
like that
Yeah.
that we still have on hand. What's the funnest part about your job?
The besides working with these people, the spirit days and the kids.
Yeah.
Like, because I have 2 elementary schools where I work, and I just love the elementary schools because they're just like, the kids are fun. Everyone's just like fun and silly. And I just feel like that really brings out like who I am as a person. So I can be silly and not feel like I have to be like super professional and like on top of everything. So it's nice.
Does doing this work make you want to reconsider being a teacher, or are you like, no, I like this lane?
No, it's actually like been like, okay, I wasn't supposed to do that. It's confirmed. I love all of the teachers. I feel like they're a godsend for sure.
Right.
But the way my personality set up, that ain't it. So I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
Good. So we have a couple of your, few of your coworkers here today. Now, Mandy said that she had a story. Do you got a story about Kyla that you can share with us?
I have lots of stories, but it's just funny. It kind of describes how Kyla is and who she is. And my new motto, because of Kyla, is if you're having a bad day or something, just put it in your pocket and save it for later. So basically what that means is a couple weeks ago, I guess it's probably been about a month ago, we were at the upper elementary. She comes, again, a 2-person, how she said, a 1-person job. She likes it to be 2. She likes to visit a lot, and I like that. So Fridays are really busy at the upper elementary. So she comes and helps me do Friday Friends, where we hand out food for kiddos to take home over the weekend and stuff. So anyways, she comes over there, and we're finishing up, and we're in the office kind of talking, and the secretary in the office is always eating some kind of pickled flavored something, which is gross to me. But anyway, she literally is always eating something. It's a chip, it's sunflower seed, it's just weird stuff. Anyway, so she had a bag there that day, and Kyla and I are very similar. Like, we don't eat after people. Like if you come in and you have a plate full of cupcakes or something, I'm gonna say no, thank you, and go on about my day or whatever. And she's offered me, the secretary has offered me several times when I come in there, hey, do you want to try one? And I'm like, no, I'm good. That day, Kyla's in there, and again, I know she's just like me. She's not just gonna try someone's stuff. So the secretary is like, you guys want to try one? And Kyla's like, I'll try one. So I have to stand up when I do this. So anyway, she's standing there and she tries it, and she takes a bite of it, and she kind of turns away, and she's like, oh, that's so good, and a couple minutes later, well, also while we're in there, she says, you should try one. I'm like, well, if Kyla tried it, I can try it. It's not a big deal. I'll try one. So I tried one and I ate it, and I was like, oh, that's gross. But anyway, so we go back to my office, and we are getting something out of it. We're unloading supplies and stuff for the office, and we're standing there, and she's being kind of weird. And she's just kind of smiling, and she's like, I have a secret. And I'm like, what? And she goes, and she's just like real, just like this. She's like, I didn't eat it. It was a pretzel. She's like, I didn't eat the pretzel. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? What did you do with it? And she goes, I put it in my pocket. So she literally puts one of those long stick pretzels. She just turns around and she makes a noise like she's eating it.
No way.
She puts it in her pocket, and then that's what she was doing when we were unloading the stuff, was throwing the pretzel that was in her pocket away. So now it's kind of just a big joke between all of this, and we'll have situations come up, and they're like, well, I don't really know what to do with it, and I'll just be a smart aleck, and nobody knows what we're talking about, and I'm like, well, just put it in your pocket. So yeah,
that is hilarious.
Not adventurous. I did not want to try the food.
But she also doesn't want to tell anybody no. So I mean, she could have simply just said, no thanks, I don't want it. But she didn't. She would feel so bad.
This is what we're talking about.
And we told Frank, oh my gosh.
I thought he was going to fall. What? Like, of course you did that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's hard not being able to tell people no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and especially like when they offer, it's harder too for like homemade stuff because like I don't know what their kitchen looks like, so I just say no. But it's so kind because they put so much time and effort into this handmade or homemade.
And you can't say no.
Yeah.
So you just stuff it down your pocket.
No, because like one time I took a cupcake from someone. Obviously, I could put that in my pocket, so I just carried it out and went to my car, and then just threw it. I threw it away in the trash.
Threw it out the window.
No, that's littering. But
so when you pretended like you were chewing it, was the person in the room with you? They gave it to you?
But
You were all in the room.
She turned around and then she turned back around. She's like,
in my defense, not in my defense, but like what worked for me was I was already eating a snack.
Okay.
And so like I just had a little bit of that I was still pretending to chew. Yeah.
That is. Wait, does this person know?
Well, it's so funny because when we were coming here, we went to the office and I told him that I was stepping out for a little bit and we told her what we were doing. And she was like, oh, Heady, I want to listen to that podcast. So she's going to hear this. She's going to hear that.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Because we're not editing.
I told her she could say
Well, who
it.
was it?
What's her? Michelle.
Michelle. Okay.
Yeah.
That
So.
is hilarious.
Sorry, Michelle.
Shout out to Michelle. It's not that the pretzel was bad, so we don't even know.
No, because I do like. She doesn't really like dill pickle stuff. I like dill pickle stuff.
Got you.
So I probably would have ate it, but it was.
Got you.
If it was freshly opened.
That's different,
Nothing
though.
against Michelle.
If it's
Just
dill
germs.
pickled and so now if you say that's next, because it's like dill pickled, like, but if
Yeah.
it was, that is funny. All right, I know who I won't be offering any food. I'll take a picture of my kitchen and be like,
Thank you.
you want to try this? All right, this segment's called Pass or Answer, okay?
Okay.
What's your go-to social media platform?
Facebook.
Really?
Yeah. I just feel like that's where you can really, like, people really post the most.
Okay.
I feel like it's easy to share stuff, so, like, you can just share. So it kind of, like, I don't know, tells you more about the person without them having to make their own individual posts. But then I also feel like that's where a lot of people post a lot about their life with, like
Gotcha.
the different things. So I would say Facebook. I always see myself going to Facebook.
Okay. Do you have a book that you most suggest to others?
Besides the Bible? I'm just kidding. Let's see.
You can
I
pass
feel
or
like-
answer. You can say pass if you
I
want.
feel like anything by Frida McFadden. That's really good.
I don't even know.
She's a suspense, like,
Oh,
what
okay.
I'm talking about?
It's fiction.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, suspense. I would say, like suspense thriller. It's good.
Got you.
Yeah.
How do you find inspiration in the work you do or in general?
I keep a little, I haven't updated it in a while, but I either keep like a little jar or just like a little thing that I can put like sticky notes in of good things that have happened. So if I'm having a hard day, I can kind of pull that out and read those things to just kind of uplift or like remind me of what the work that we do. Because the work we do, obviously not every day is good stories,
Right.
but on those harder days, just pulling out kind of the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Gotcha. Last person that made you laugh or smile not in this room.
I would say my best friend Juanita's son. Last night I took him to his baseball game because they had other stuff for their other kids. And he got hot Cheetos as his snack. And he's not supposed to eat in red dye. And he was trying to tell me, he's like, no, they let me have it. And so I called her and I was like, is he supposed to have this? And it was just funny because he was really trying to tell me, like, act like I haven't been her friend for 5 years and I know they don't let their kids eat red dye. So I would say him. He's funny.
What was his name again?
Caius.
What's her name?
Juanita.
Oh, Juanita. Okay.
Yeah.
What's one thing on your bucket list?
To get on a plane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I want to do it.
Let's do that this
Eventually.
summer.
Not that soon. Maybe 2 summers from now.
All right, here's one that I can't wait to hear. What's one hidden talent you possess?
hidden talent? Accepting things from others and them thinking I'm going to eat it. I don't know.
Or you do, that you actually make them think you ate it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool talent.
Is it mean though?
That's very mean. No, okay,
probably.
here we go. If you could be any animal, what would it be?
Probably a lioness, because I feel like they look nice, but they actually mean business. So like, why are you laughing, Frank?
I love that answer. Why are you laughing, Frank?
She's so serious. They look nice, but then her toes like, but they mean that. And she made eye contact with like, I'm meaning business.
Are you about business? Like, is that?
I feel like when it needs to be done,
You get it done.
Yeah.
That's good.
But on the outside, everyone's like, "Oh, Kyla couldn't be that way but I can be if I need to be, but I prefer not to be."
Right. That's good. What's the weirdest food you've ever eaten outside of the ones you didn't eat?
I feel like I would probably say calf fries.
Wait, what do you mean cat fries?
Calf
Oh,
fries.
calf.
Calf. CALF. Calf.
Not cat.
No, not cat.
What are calf fries?
They're bull balls. Yeah. So.
Have you had them, Mom?
Yeah.
But you haven't ate them.
Yeah.
Have you ate them?
I have not. I'm not very adventurous, but I know what they are. They fry them and they.
Yeah. And you eat them with ketchup. They're good.
Well, anything with ketchup. Okay. All right. Now, Frank, have you had them? Abby? No. You're the only person in the room that's had
Yeah.
cat fries.
Calf fries.
I don't know if eating cat is healthy at all, but all right. If you could write a note to your younger self, what would you say?
It's gonna be okay.
Is there a particular reason that you could share why?
I feel like when I look back, like sometimes I feel like things were really hard as far as like trying to get through college and get through school. And like, I feel like I was, part of the popular crowd, but there were times where like, I felt like I kind of didn't fit in. So just knowing like, it's okay, you're going to find your people. And that's no more of a true statement than today. Like I have my best friends that accept me for who I am. These people accept me for who I am. Like, so it'll be okay and you'll find your people.
Yeah, that's good. Do you feel like in the work you do today that you have to remind kids, like, do you have moments of those kind of?
I think so, yeah. I think even more today than when I was growing up, because I feel like there's so much diversion and just like with what people believe, and there's so much like, you know what I mean? So you just have to remind yourself, like remind them, you're going to find your people. You're going to find, the little group that makes you feel good or accepted, and just kind of reminding them that. I've never specifically said that to them, but I feel like showing them like, like it's okay and you're going to find your people one day.
That's good. That's good. Tell me, what was it like for you growing up in Guthrie, America? Just overall in general.
Yeah, I really enjoyed growing up in Guthrie. I think after graduating and leaving and coming back, I have a better appreciation for it now. It has that small town, everybody knows everybody. I really, like I said, I enjoyed it because I feel like when tragedy strikes, everyone comes together, and I just really love that part. I remember when I first came back, like I had to get stuff set up with new insurance and just different things, and switching my medications here and whatever. And my mom was like able to just kind of help me do that and go get this stuff. And I feel like in the city, you don't have that because they don't trust that that's the person, you know what I mean? But like she knew the people that were there, so they knew, so like just that small town, like I really like that part about it.
Yeah, I think you almost have to be intentional about some of that though, right? Because not everybody knows, like,
not everybody.
I don't think I knew you before.
No.
And so you don't. But at the same time, like if you work hard enough, there's definitely that feel. Yeah. Like I text somebody, my daughter needs to get a passport. I text the postmaster at 10 something at night. He was like, hey, can we get an appointment?
Yeah.
And so my daughter's like, how do you just text the
I know somebody.
Yes.
That sounds like somebody I know.
Oh,
I know
Frank's
somebody.
always somebody. He knows somebody? Uh-huh. Well, when you
Yeah.
volunteer of the year.
Right. He's volunteered with them. That's how he knows them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I like that. And so did y'all cruise in 2012? Were y'all cruising the strip or doing any of that kind of stuff?
what do you mean?
Oh, yeah. See, that was.
No.
Wow. Isn't that sad?
Like the strip the
Like
road that takes
Division?
you
Like-
like
So when we grew up, you would like cruise Division, then you go through Walmart, then you go through McDonald's, then you come back, you cruise and go around the temple. Did y'all do that in y'all's towns or you did?
we
that?
drove around but not in town. Like it was more like in the back. Like we were back road.
We cruise, but not in town. What are the back roads like? What are you doing out in the back road? Just cruising?
Just listening to country music with the windows down.
Oh, but you cruise through town. Oh yeah, you cruise through town
In Washington? Yeah.
In Washington. You cruise? Did you
with the
cruise
windows
Division?
up, though, right?
What did y'all cruise? Perkins.
We cruise Perkins and Division.
In Division.
Yeah. And you could say Oklahoma
Yeah.
and go up to the temple.
Right. So like when you like for high school, y'all didn't hang out in like the Walmart parking lot, and that's where all the friends.
Some
and stuff-
kids did, but like because my sophomore year I started working. So if I wasn't in school or playing softball, I was working.
Gotcha.
So I didn't really have time to cruise.
You
or,
didn't
like,
hang out. You were making money. You quit hitting those back roads, listen
Yeah.
to country music. So I sound like you left GuthrieAmerica at one time
Yeah.
and then came back.
Yeah.
What was it like? What were some of those things? I think you mentioned like the ability to connect with things that
Yeah.
you need quicker. What else did you like realize once you left and came back?
I just love the small town feel. I mean, I know we're not like super, super small,
Yeah.
but like obviously smaller than the city. And I feel like people here are just more kind
Mm-hmm.
sometimes. I feel like maybe they're not as much of a rush. I mean, obviously you're gonna have those people everywhere,
Right.
but in the city, I feel like everybody's in a hurry, everybody's mad, and are just upset. And here, it's just like I feel like
We're chill.
slow down, yeah. And it's just I prefer the smaller. Like when I have to go to the city or drive to Norman for school, I'm like mad the whole time because there's traffic, and I'm like, no, I want to get there. So, but yeah, I really underestimated how much traffic was in the city before I moved there. I hated
Gotcha.
the traffic, which is really not even that bad, like comparatively to like Dallas or Denver. You know what I
sure.
mean? Like bigger cities, but.
What will keep you here? Like now that you're here, like do you see yourself leaving?
Probably not. I really, like I said, I enjoy that small town feel, like, but still kind of close to the city. It's not hard to get,
Yeah,
to the
right.
city or to a Target. That's my biggest thing. We need a Target.
Target.
But yeah, I feel like everything I have is here. My family's here. So I don't see myself moving out of Guthrie.
Moving out of Guthrie?
Nope.
Good. I like to hear that. Okay, this is either or.
Okay.
Pizza or burgers?
Burgers.
Brahms? Where you get your burgers from? Where are you going to get your burger from?
I really like, I don't know, as far as like out to eat burgers. But I would
Do
say
you make a good burger?
my mom makes a good burger.
Oh, your mom makes a
yeah.
good burger?
Monday nights we have burgers every night.
Oh.
Every Monday.
I love burgers.
Yeah.
Would you tell your mom that? Does your mom know me?
No, I think she does. I don't know if it was you or Zale that gave her a red balloon, but she knows who you are.
Oh, we gave your mom a red balloon? How cool is that?
Yeah.
Which bank?
Interbank.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, is she behind the counter or is she...
She's in an office.
She's in office. Is
Yeah.
the one that you like as soon as you walk in there, bank, she's right there to the left? What's her name?
Robin.
Robin, yeah. I know
Yeah.
your mom. I know who
Yeah.
your mom is. Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Because
she-
what I was going to say is, sorry to cut you off.
No, it's okay.
Just have her text me next time she makes that burger.
Listen, I'm serious. Monday nights we have
I'm
burgers.
serious too. Tell her to text me. Monday nights.
Every Monday we have burgers.
Monday nights is typically pretty clear for me. Where do y'all live at?
Just right out that way. I ain't gonna put my address.
Oh, yeah.
on here.
Don't give me your address, but you're
By kind of out by South Point
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I can get there.
on the way out of town.
I
Yeah,
can
it's
get
not
there.
far.
Monday nights are normally clear for me. Okay.
Yeah, about 6:15.
Robin.
Yeah.
I don't know how we gave you the red balloon, but we're good. She's been there for a while, right?
Yeah. It was 30 years
Oh my.
last year. Yeah, it'll be 31 this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
And she makes great burgers.
Yeah, she does make good
Okay.
burgers.
Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Fruit. Wait, why were you laughing about Brahms?
That's her spot.
Oh.
That is her spot.
But I get chicken.
I was about to say, I thought you got
Yeah,
chicken
yeah.
fingers at Brahms.
Yeah, but Brahms is her spot.
What kind of sauce are you putting on? The Brahms sauce?
Brahms sauce.
Oh, are you Missy's fans too?
Yeah. Anytime we go eat anywhere, I'm always trying to get them to go to Missy's.
What are you getting at Missy's?
Half chicken salad sandwich on multigrain and then fries.
Okay. Nice. All right. Y'all don't like Missy's and Brahms?
I tried to get her to go today.
Yeah.
Huh?
I had really good lunch.
What did you have for lunch?
Pork chops and rice
Oh.
with mushroom soup.
Your mom made it? Mm-hmm. You're spoiled.
I am.
Oh my goodness. Call her real
Listen.
quick. Call her real quick. Let's invite her. Let's. Yeah. 'Cause I'm-
Yes, I'm very spoiled because
and
she
I love
even-
pork chops.
She even cooks, like she has dinner ready early enough to where I can leave on Wednesdays and make it here to small group. Like she cooks earlier. So
Oh my
I know.
goodness. Did she fry the pork chops? Breaded?
I think so. Yeah. Like I don't.
Yeah, get her on the phone.
She
'cause
cooks,
you don't
I
have
don't.
enough. I got questions. You didn't want to just do it on speakerphone?
I need to let.
Why not? What is she
You gotta
gonna?
warn
Is she
her.
gonna answer cussing or something? What do you say? Like your mom? You don't
No.
trust your mom to
I just
answer
gotta make sure
politely?
she's not busy.
But now I
She
know
is
where you get your
working.
kindness from.
Yeah.
Oh, she won't answer for you?
Hey,
I answer the phone all the time. My kids.
We're live on the podcast. And
We're not
Heady has
live.
questions.
Just
We're not
put-
live, but we're
Yeah, put it on the speakerphone.
we're recording. He's got questions. I'm putting you on speaker. Okay.
Hey, Robin, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing so good. Hey, do you still have your red balloon we delivered to you?
Do I have my what?
Your red balloon that we delivered to you?
I do not have my red balloon anymore. But I
Oh,
have
I was
the
wondering how
balloon
long.
holder, and I have my sticker.
Oh, nice. Hey,
I
Go
do
in.
have the balloon holder though. The balloon holder went, "Pew," it died.
where's the balloon holder at?
It's in my office somewhere.
I'm gonna bring you another red balloon to put on there, okay?
Okay.
Uh, Hey, Robin, the more serious question is, I'm wondering if I can come over one Monday night for burgers.
You probably wouldn't like it.
I was
Eat burgers.
I was bragging how
You
we
were bragging?
bragging on yeah, it was pizza or burgers, and I was bragging how we eat burgers every Monday night, and they're good. Because he was like, "Do you eat burgers out to eat?" And I was like, "I prefer my mom's burgers."
And Robin, one more question. I'm curious about pork chops. Can I come? Do you have any left over?
Does he want the pork chop and mushroom stuff?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Because that's what I told him I ate today instead of going to Missy's. So he was like, "It must have been good."
It is good.
I'll
Well,
bring
You'll
you
have to
some.
fight Kyla
You can
for the
trust our kitchen. I'll
Let
bring
me.
it to you.
Would you please send me a picture of your kitchen and then I'm gonna test the pork chop. Thank you, Robin.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
Uh-huh.
You're welcome.
Bye.
I'm coming over. We're gonna
Okay.
do a podcast at y'all's house.
Okay.
All right. Hey, sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Okay. Tradition or innovation?
Tradition. But I also like to make new traditions. So a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Order or chaos?
Order.
Being a giant or being tiny?
I don't really know what it's like to be small. I've always been really tall, so I don't know what it's like to be small.
So do you want
So
to be
giant. We'll just stay this way.
All right. Being able to fly or being invisible?
Invisible.
See, I'm always concerned when people say invisible. Why do you want to be invisible?
I don't know. You could get so much done, I feel like, because people wouldn't talk to you. Like, think about going to the grocery store. You could be like in and out because no one would see you. I mean, you would have to check out still, right? Because we're paying for our groceries. But like, no one would talk to you and you would just get in and get out.
That's the great thing about going to the grocery store. Like, my wife won't go to the grocery store with me because we talk to everybody.
Yeah.
But the last time I got her to go to the grocery store with me, we go to the grocery store. Of course, I talk to everybody, and we were in there like way too long. And then at the end, somebody sees us and they's like, "Can we pay for your groceries?" And I was like, "See,
No one's paying for my groceries. But if someone does, then maybe I'll.
You no longer want to be invisible.
No.
Oh, okay. Talking to animals or reading minds?
Reading minds.
I think talking to animals would be awesome.
Yeah. Well, talking to them where they can talk back, because I talk to them.
Oh, wait. Let's keep moving.
Like you can talk to them
Let's
right
keep
now.
That's awesome. Love or friendship?
Friendship.
Talking or listening?
Talking. Let me just be honest. I'm working on it. Okay?
Giving gifts or receiving gifts?
Giving gifts.
Giving gifts?
Yeah.
What's been one of your favorite gifts to give? Do you have a favorite?
I don't know if I would have a favorite, but just being able to give people gifts. Like I love to give that. And I'm really intentional. Like I will not give you a gift card. It may be a gift card with something like, you know, little
Got you. Yeah.
whatever. But I like to be very intentional with my gifts. So I, you know, something that I know you'll use or you'll like or whatever. But
Okay.
I really like giving gifts.
Nice. What's something you're really into right now?
Crochet.
How
I
long
should
you
have
been
brought
doing
my
it?
blanket.
You
and I could've
shoulda.
showed you. I have a little lanyard. I crocheted this.
I like
So,
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I've been doing it since like December. My mom taught me over Christmas break.
Okay.
So I'm working on a blanket right now. It's probably about this tall. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. What are you most grateful for right now?
I would say right now just like my support system. So between my work support system and my family and then my friends and then like now my church community, like I'm just really thankful for all the people that are around me. You know, when I moved back here after I got divorced, you had to like rebuild all that. So I'm just really thankful for how that's rebuilt.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's good. What do you do for fun in GuthrieAmerica right now?
I like to walk outside. I feel like besides coming to church or just like hanging out with my friends in the community, I'll help like sometimes whenever before the football games, like the Interbank will hand out burgers. So like I'll help do that.
Yeah.
Or like me and my mom work the livestock show. So just kind of like involved with some of the activities here. I love going to the parades and like watching all of them and just like some of the events. So,
That's cool.
yeah.
Can you share the best way to give back to the community?
I feel like some of the best ways to give back is just like being kind to everyone. Kind of those things we talked about earlier, like being kind when you see people, doing that all the time. But then also like in those times whenever people are in need, figuring out how people can need specific help and trying to help them in that way.
It's good. We have a sign behind you. It says Choose Guthrie. What does Choose Guthrie mean to you when you see that sign?
That to me, what that means is just like giving back to the community. So whether that's shopping here, like spending activities here, just having like your business here, like doctor, eyes, like all that stuff, just trying to keep everything local as much as you can, shopping local and all that.
Great answer. You don't help me get your mom on the podcast?
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen, but I'll try. We'll work on it. That was probably as much as you're going to get her on the podcast.
She's already been on, so she might as well go ahead and reveal
She
it.
might as well just reveal her face.
Kyla, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being willing to share a little bit of your story. I know there's so much more to you, but I believe our stories connect us and it helps us be a better community. And so thank you. You have any last shout outs or anything you want to give?
I don't think so. Thank you for having me on here.
Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hitting that play button for another episode of the GuthrieAmerica podcast. And the question I always love to end with is, will your story be next? Go win.